Why do people get second passports? In today's video, I'll be going over the key reasons as to why multiple people are getting second citizenship across the international sector and talking about why there are major incentives in doing so. Starting off with the first reason, that would to become obviously a citizen of a foreign country. Now I might be wondering, okay, that's so obvious, why am I even talking about it? But what I mean by that is, let's say you move to a foreign country, right, you're living an expat lifestyle, and you feel like this country is a place where you want to live for the foreseeable future. Perhaps it's where you want to raise a family, perhaps it's where you want to educate your kids, or whatever it might be. Being a citizen of that country grants you the permanent right to do so. So if you're just a resident, okay, you don't necessarily have to have done anything bad, but they could just decide, all right, look, you've been here too long, we're going to cancel your visa. You cannot renew it for the next 3 to 5 years or what have you. However, being a citizen grants you that security lock in this country that you will always be a citizen. And it also means that on the international sector, let's say you are traveling across the world and something goes down, right? You can find a consulate or an embassy of that country and they will help you because you are a citizen. So being a citizen of a country isn't just your right to live in a country forever. It also grants you consular protections across the international world. Let's say you're traveling to a country that does have a British embassy, for example, and you lose your passport or something bad happens or whatever, heaven forbid, all right, you can go to the British embassy and seek help. Moving on to the second point in this video, that would be to enhance your personal international travel. Now, what I mean by that is, let's say hypothetically that you are coming from a country that isn't necessarily a country that has a lot of beef with people, but it just has a weak passport. If you are someone who is living under those circumstances, all right, and you can afford to travel, but your passport isn't going to get you anywhere, then getting a second citizenship will unlock so many countries. In fact, this is something that I often talk about whenever I talk about a passport. One of the key things that I look at is their visa-free access across the international sector, because the stronger the passport, the better it is. Now, yes, that passport still might have some drawbacks, but having a very strong travel document to go with is a very much so a green flag. And also being able to travel across the entire world, having a strong passport will grant you more opportunities in the international sector, because it doesn't just mean that you have opportunities in that country. Perhaps it's easier for you to get a visa in a third country, a fourth country, a fifth country, right? So you don't have to worry about just having, okay, I've got a second passport, I have to live here forever. No, if you hypothetically get bored of that country after 20 years, all right, don't give up that passport, but you might be able to get sponsored or get a visa in another country, which is exciting to you. Moving on to the third reason, that would be to keep themselves protected. A lot of people go around saying, okay, I only have one passport and I'm only relying on one passport because this one country that I'm a citizen of is where I want to live for the rest of my life and it's never going to go downhill. And while I'm sure it will never go downhill and I hope it never will, I am not personally going to put all my eggs in that basket. You know, I actually think it's quite dangerous to say this country will be perfect or this country will be good forever, because you just never know. And it's actually quite a dangerous thing to think, because at that point, the only time when you will realize, all right, I need a second passport is when it's too late, when a country hypothetically does become very bad and you can't make it out. You know, let's say hypothetically you're living in a country that introduces some asinine policy that you don't agree with. We've seen this so many times in the past 4 to 5 years. So let's say something like that happens again hypothetically. You don't agree with it. You want to get out as fast as you can because you don't want to adhere to this country's policy, whatever it might be. But you want to do it safely and cleanly. All right, no problem. You are a citizen of another country. You simply move to that country. Moving on to the fourth reason, that would be to become closer to your personal family. Now, what I mean by that is, let's say you are coming from a multinational background. Perhaps you have Japanese ancestry, German ancestry, maybe Serbian ancestry, whatever ancestry it might be, any country that kind of allows the nationality. Japan isn't really a good example to give up, but anyway. You, by getting that country's passports, can relocate to that country if you want to and become closer to your future family or your current family. Perhaps you are descendants from grandparents from Serbia. You get a Serbian passport, you can connect with them on a better level. So these are the key reasons as to why people are getting multiple citizenships or seeking second citizenships around the world. A lot of people who are pro one citizenship only like to say that, all right, look, having a country's citizenship shows your allegiance to that country. But that isn't necessarily true in all cases. Some people get a second passport or become citizens in a foreign country to enhance their family opportunities, to enhance their travel opportunities, or to regain access to their familial roots. Let me know if there are any reasons that I missed out in this video, and if you like this video, you can click right here and subscribe to this information on YouTube. And if you want to follow me on my other social media, you can follow me on Instagram, X and Rumble. They'll all be linked down below in the description.